Welcome back. It's art time, class. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to add color onto our dragon. Let's get started. Before we add extra color, I do want to add some wings to my dragon. So as you see here, I've added pop-up teeth and pop-up eyes, and I've added a little bit of color on the eyes. And I have my dragon length, but I'd like to add a little bit of wings. So here I have a sheet of paper, and I want to do one side will be one wing, one side will be the other. So I would like this to go ahead. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to draw up my wing shape for my dragon. So here's my dragon. I think I want the wing to come out this way and kind of have a bat shape to it. And then, all right, now since I have my paper folded in half, when I cut, I'm going to have my scissors face forward, and I'm going to rotate the paper as I'm cutting. I'm going to turn the paper as I cut. Here I am rotating the paper or turning the paper as I cut. And right here, I'm just going to go ahead and cut all the way off the edge. I can take my paper and go this way if I'd like, or go back from down here and continue around this direction. It's up to you. But notice how my eyes are looking where my scissors are down at the paper. Now it looks like I cut this a little bit wide, and that's okay. I think that's going to look cool. Save our scrap paper over here. And then I need to go ahead and erase this extra pencil line before I put down any glue. And then I'm going to be ready to add color to my dragon. Okay. So since my paper was folded in half, I have two now. I can glue those down. Remember when we're using glue, we'll twist this. Listen. Oh, I can't really hear it. There's looks to be, yep, there's a little bit of dried glue right there on top. All right, opening and closing it back up. Yep, glue's gonna work. I use just a little dot, not a lot. The more glue I use, the more time it's gonna take to dry. So I'm just gonna use just a little bit of glue, and I'm gonna smear it to help it dry even faster. Do this side too. And then I press down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's going to help it dry nicely for us. So now I can go like this, and it kind of flaps a little bit for us. Now, while I'm coloring, I can use crayons, color pencils, markers. It's really up to the supplies that you have. Here are some examples of really nice coloring that I've done in the past with students as examples. So here in the past, I've colored the front and the back. On this side, I added the scale bump line that we practiced this in another activity we did earlier in the year. Here's another example of that coloring style, but this time it goes rainbow. And I really like how I mixed some of the scale colors in. You can tell I quickly colored in. Here's where I colored in a little nicer. So think about your coloring level. What level are you? Never scribble scrabble. We're never coloring crazy. We're always coloring inside the line. Always thinking about the coloring. So you see here where there's a lot of white left over and I didn't go around the edge. Where here there's a little bit of white left over and I went around the edge. And then here there's a lot less white that's left over. I need to go around the edge a little bit more there. So you can see there's some areas so I went over and colored even nicer. So that's another example. Here is another example where I did just black on top. You can see this guy has some line designs. Cool tail design on him. And here is a student's project. So if you want to draw different designs. You can draw different designs and color those in as well. I usually have first graders and kindergartners spend at least 30 minutes coloring and decorating. First, I'll ask them to spend at least 2 minutes thinking about pencil line details. So that might be like a line on the bat wing. Or perhaps you want to do some scales. I might add scales on the body. When I'm liking what I've got, I can go ahead and I'm gonna switch to color. Let's get a close up and see what that looks like. So here I'm even missing some areas, and that's okay. There's a lot of dragon to color in. I spend about 30 minutes coloring and decorating this. When I get done, I get done. When I do not get done, that's totally okay. Just have fun. Just have fun and enjoy it, guys. Get to color and decorate your dragon. I recommend saving color pencils and crayons for blending colors, and then markers for a pop of color. And you can see more coloring options and ideas on the YouTube channel Art Time Class. There's a couple coloring videos I added for the winter break if you want to check those out. You may, if you'd like. I can change. I've got a lot of red going on. Let's see what the red marker looks like. It's a big difference. See how it really pops? You don't have to do scales if you don't want to do scales. If you wanted to do like a curved line, that's up to you. Like snakes, like if instead of making a dragon, if you didn't make a dragon, you made like a snake or something, that's totally fine. A snake scale, snakes have like a long underbelly scale. That's longer. Ooh, that looks cool. I've had students try to make it look like a skeleton, or they'll try to draw the bones. That is super hard to do, but I have had a few students try to make a skeleton dragon. That's always a choice. That'd be really cool. You want to think about the inside of your dragon's mouth. So you have your name, you probably have the month or the year here. On the inside of the mouth, you could draw the tongue, or you could draw fire. Better yet, ooh, I could use some of this scratch paper here and color it to be red. Maybe you have red construction paper, and you can just use some red construction paper and glue some of that on here. I'm going to do that. It's going to look cool. And I'm going to even roll this. I can use my pencil to roll. Kind of a little bit of a roll there. And then remember, we use just a little bit of glue. The more glue we use, the longer it will take to dry. Parents, if your student is struggling with the amount of glue that they're using, like you feel like they're using it too much, it just means they have to wait longer. Most people don't like having to wait, so there is a natural consequence when you use too much glue. It's usually not too big of a problem. Oh, I like that. And it's got some on the front, some on the back. You need to spend more time coloring and filling it in. I'm going to do that. You guys definitely spend time. Take your time doing this. Like I said earlier, spend around 30 minutes working on this, coloring, adding details. I could start coloring in these. very nicely. Maybe I have one scale that's like a different color. It's like a darker red. Cool. Outline, fill it in. Started filling before I even did an outline. Outline, that in. Kind of a curved shape, so have a circular. Filling in. Circular motion. Oh, pretty. And let's say there's a little bit more right there. I'm going to keep adding to this. You be sure to keep adding to yours. Until next time, keep being creative.